Evil.
Resident Evil 4, a game that I thought would not be good. Instead, I couldn't get enough of it. Here are 10 strange things about Resident Evil 4. Every single Resident Evil game was titled with the letters R and E in capital letters. However, for whatever reason, Resident Evil 4 has all letters in lowercase, which is kind of odd. People have asked why this is the case, and it turns out it's some weird copyright reason or whatever. And to make things even stranger, it does show it all lowercase in the game cutscenes as well. So maybe Capcom had this prepared beforehand. It is pretty strange.
Where's everyone going? Bingo?
In the chapter 4-1, there is a Novicidor nest, and Ashley gets taken away by one of the Novicidors. You're supposed to either kill the nest, or run past it to a switch to activate the bridge, but then you need to shoot the locks on the bridge to allow it to be accessible, allowing you to progress. But if you have high IQ, you might think about destroying the locks before the Novicidor cutscene takes place to make things a lot easier. As good as an idea this is, the locks are unbreakable and you cannot succeed with this plan. So it turns out that they only become breakable when Ashley gets kidnapped by a Novicidor. The Salazar Statue is a pretty fun and interesting level in Resident Evil 4. However, specifically the Ultimate HD Remaster PC version of the game can be a horrible experience. As you walk past the Salazar statue, a cutscene plays which shows the bridge breaking, and to progress, you need to flip some switches and make your way to an area to repair the path to proceed. Then when you finish that, a cutscene plays containing 3 QuickTime events which you need to do before you need to shoot at the lock to proceed. Another cutscene plays with 2 more QuickTime events. One where you press on both triggers and the other one where you mash the X button. For whatever reason, even if you mash X as fast as you can, sometimes the game will think you're not pressing the button at all, resulting in you dying. Very annoying part in the game and very strange because all other QuickTime events in the game worked perfectly. Here's another problem related to QuickTime events, but different to the last. During the time of when the game wants you to think fast and do a QuickTime event, pause the game, but not by doing it through your inventory, but pressing on the button to open up the game's pause menu, and try to navigate through it. You'll find that it's pretty glitchy, and sometimes it's so bad that you'll have to completely unpause, deal with the QuickTime event, and then pause the game again to finish off whatever you wanted to do. Not that important, but still a pretty strange issue that you wouldn't normally see in games. This is specifically for the PC version of the game. With PC versions, you can go in the settings and have access to more options which you normally wouldn't have access to on console versions. One of the options is screen resolutions. It's a well-known issue that the resolution 1920 by 1200 for Resident Evil 4 will show black bars when you're playing it, which is quite strange. Here I have a 1920 by 1200 size monitor and I'm going to try it for myself, and I get this result, which makes the game look worse with those black bars. It's a known issue and you can read people complaining about it on websites. Pretty weird that Capcom didn't really support this resolution, which means 1920 by 1200 is useless, and instead you should use a lower resolution to play the game. No matter what version of Resident Evil 4 you are playing, for whatever reason, there is no sound options at all. It might sound goofy at first, but have a think of the games you've played. There are usually sound settings to allow you to lower dialogue, music, or sound effect volumes, but in Resident Evil 4, there's nothing like that at all. One of the best games of all time, but in terms of game options, it's a huge disappointment. Health is very important in Resident Evil 4. It's always best to have it in green color. Tank control Resident Evil games, green is represented as fine, yellow as caution, and red as danger. The same concept is used for Resident Evil 4, however it will not say those words. Being in green health is okay, but being in yellow or red makes Leon run slower. There are some benefits in being low health, however. For example, you can, for some reason, aim faster when you have lower health, which can help if you want to do quick dipman glitch or something. But the health meter can be misleading sometimes. For example, even if the bar is empty, you can still be alive. Here I have 0 health, but still walking around as if I were alive, which means that you can be on higher health than what the game is trying to tell you. Quite strange, considering health representation is not one of the hardest things to do when it comes to making a game like this, but pretty interesting at the same time. In Chapter 5-2, there's a wrecking ball which you need to operate using either Ashley or Leon to break the debris which is blocking the door which you need to open. You need to use the boulder 3 times through the operating machine and have to wait for a few seconds to allow the machine to let you use it again. During this wait, enemies need to be killed so that they do not get in your way. The wrecking ball can be used to push away Gigantes and break the weak part of the wall. However, on the 3rd time using the wrecking ball, if you operate the machine and very quickly run towards the door, the wrecking ball will swing towards you at dangerous speed, damaging the weak part of the wall, but this will not injure Leon. It seems Leon can have an effect where his movement is affected a tiny bit, but this doesn't damage Leon at all. Why this is strange is because it really isn't that hard to use the machine and quickly get to the door, so you'd think that the developers would want to make the wrecking ball a threat to us. But it turns out that the wrecking ball is completely harmless to Leon. In the chapter 4-2, there is a boss fight with 2 Gigantes. You have 2 choices. One is to use up a lot of ammo and kill them both with your guns and grenades, or another option is to use the pit trap, which instantly kills a Gigante by lava. The pit trap is only able to kill 1 Gigante, however. Even if it looks as if both Gigantes are in the danger zone and you use the trap, only one will fall in the lava and die. You're forced to kill one of them with weapons. I remember trying this out at least 4 times on my first playthrough, because due to how big the danger zone is, and it's just so easy for both Gigantes to appear in the danger zone, it made it look as if you could kill them both at once, but this is not the case. Resident Evil 4 has some moments in it which made the entire game popular. One of the moments in this game that became a famous moment in video game history is the laser room in level 5-3. Normally, the game wants you to slowly bypass each laser obstacle and make your way to the end, but for some reason, if you position yourself directly in the middle and run forward as soon as you're able to, you'll skip the first 2 laser obstacles very easily, even though it looks like Leon deserves to die, making the entire laser sequence very quick to go through.